Question. Note on Uniform Civil Code. Hello friends. Today we will discuss one of the most important and debated directive principles of state policy, the Uniform Civil Code. The Uniform Civil Code is mentioned in Article 44 of the Indian Constitution. It says, the state shall endeavor to secure for the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. This is a directive principle, which means it is non-justiciable. No citizen can go to court to compel the government to implement it. However, it is fundamental in the governance of the country and reflects the vision of the constitution makers for a truly secular and unified nation. What is Uniform Civil Code? A uniform civil code means one common set of laws governing personal matters such as marriage, divorce, succession, adoption, and maintenance for all citizens of India irrespective of their religion, caste, or community. At present, different religious communities follow their own personal laws. Hindus have the Hindu Marriage Act and Hindu Succession Act. Muslims have their own personal law based on Shariat. Christians and Parsis have separate laws. A uniform civil code aims to replace these religion-based personal laws with one secular code applicable to every Indian citizen. Why was it included in the Constitution? The framers of the Constitution, especially Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, believe that a uniform civil code is essential for national integration and gender justice. They wanted to move from a society divided on religious lines to a modern, secular society where every citizen is equal before the law. It was placed in the directive principles because at the time of framing the Constitution, the country was not ready for immediate implementation due to deep religious sentiments. It was left as a goal for future governments to achieve gradually. Important Supreme Court observations. The Supreme Court has repeatedly emphasized the need for a uniform civil code. In the famous Sussex mode, Ahmed Khan versus Shah Bano Begum, 1985 case, the court granted maintenance to a divorced Muslim woman under Section 125 of the CRPC. The court observed that a uniform civil code would help remove contradictions between personal laws and the secular law of the land. It urged the government to implement Article 44. In Sarla Mudgal versus Union of India 1995, the court dealt with the issue of Hindu men converting to Islam only to remarry without divorcing their first wife. The court strongly recommended the enactment of a uniform civil code to prevent such misuse of personal laws and to promote national unity. In John Valamatam versus Union of India, 2003, the court again reiterated that a uniform civil code is necessary for removing gender discrimination and ensuring equality. Characteristics of Uniform Civil Code. It promotes national integration by removing religion-based divisions in personal matters. It ensures gender justice by giving equal rights to men and women in marriage, divorce, and inheritance. It strengthens secularism by treating all citizens equally under one law. It is a directive principle and not enforceable by courts, but it has strong moral and political force. It aims to replace multiple personal laws with one common civil law. Current status and challenges. Till today, India does not have a uniform civil code. Personal laws of different communities continue to operate. The biggest challenge is the fear among minority communities that it may interfere with their religious practices. However, many progressive voices argue that a uniform civil code is essential for true equality and women's rights. Some states like Goa already have a common civil code. In conclusion, the Uniform Civil Code is a visionary provision in the directive principles that aims to create one nation, one law in personal matters. Through landmark judgments like Shah Bano, Sarla Mudgal, and John Valamatam, the Supreme Court has consistently highlighted its importance for national integration, gender justice, and secularism. While it remains non-justiciable, it continues to serve as a moral compass guiding the nation towards a more equal and unified society. Implementing Article 44 in its true spirit would be a major step towards realizing the constitutional dream of equality and fraternity for all citizens. Jai Bharat!